Have you ever looked at your snack and thought, is this helping me or slowly hurting me? I mean, let's be honest, after 60, everything we put in our bodies matters a little more, doesn't it? Our energy, our joints, our memory, even our mood. It's all connected to the fuel we give ourselves. And one of the simplest, most overlooked sources of powerful nutrition. Nuts. Yes, those tiny, crunchy little things you can hold in the palm of your hand might just hold the key to a longer, stronger, and more vibrant life. Now, before you think, oh no, not another strict diet lecture, let me reassure you, this isn't about counting calories or giving up your favorite foods. It's about adding in something that's not only delicious, but deeply nourishing. Something that takes almost no effort but pays off big when it comes to your heart, your brain, and even your bones. So if you've ever wondered how to boost your health without overhauling your entire lifestyle, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're talking about 6 simple nuts that can quietly but powerfully support your health, especially after 60. Let's start with one that's probably sitting in your pantry right now, almonds. They're more than just a crunchy topping for your oatmeal. Almonds are packed with vitamin E, which is like a little superhero for your cells. As we age, our cells go through more wear and tear. Vitamin E helps repair that damage. But here's the real magic, it's also been linked to better brain health. That's right. A handful of almonds a few times a week may help keep your memory sharper. They also give you a nice dose of magnesium, which helps your muscles relax and keeps your blood pressure in check. So if you're tossing and turning at night or feeling a bit tense during the day, a small serving of almonds might offer more relief than you expect. Now, what about walnuts? Oh, don't get me started, I could sing their praises all day. You know how people talk about brain food? Walnuts actually look a little like a brain, and there's a reason for that. They're packed with omega-3 fatty acids, which your body can't produce on its own. These healthy fats are like oil for your engine, they reduce inflammation, keep your arteries flexible, and even support mental clarity. Several studies have found that older adults who eat walnuts regularly tend to have better cognitive function and slower brain aging. And let's not forget, they're also great for your heart. Just a few walnuts a day could help lower your bad cholesterol and reduce the risk of heart disease, which is one of the leading health concerns as we get older. Now, maybe you've tried almonds and walnuts before. But have you ever given pistachios a real chance? These little green gems might just surprise you. They're not only tasty, they're packed with protein, fiber, and antioxidants. And here's something amazing. Pistachios are one of the few nuts that are rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 antioxidants that specifically support eye health. If you've noticed your vision changing lately, or if macular degeneration runs in your family, this is one nut you'll want to welcome into your life. Plus, because they're high in protein and fiber, they keep you full longer and help support healthy blood sugar levels, which becomes especially important in our 60s and beyond. What I love most about these nuts is that they're easy. You don't need a recipe, a fancy kitchen, or a trip to the health food store. You just need a small handful, maybe while you're reading the paper, watching your favorite show, or taking a break after a walk. It's about building a habit that feels effortless, not overwhelming. And remember, when we're talking about nuts, it's not about eating a whole bowl of them at once. Just a small portion, a quarter cup or even just a dozen pieces, is often enough to give you the health benefits. It's that simple. You're not adding stress. You're adding strength. But there's something else important here, variety. Just like your body thrives on a mix of movement, walking, stretching, maybe some light strength training, it also thrives on a variety of nutrients. Each type of nut brings something unique to the table, and that's why rotating them or combining a few kinds in a small jar or container can be one of the smartest habits you create this year. You can keep it by your favorite chair, in your kitchen, or even in your purse when you're on the go. These tiny powerhouses do more than fill your stomach, they nourish your life. They help you stay strong enough to chase your grandkids, clear-headed enough to keep reading those mystery novels you love, and balanced enough to keep walking without worrying about falls or stiffness. And that's just the beginning. If you're still watching and feel that these insights are meaningful, Please type number 2 in the comments to let me know you're still with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I warmly invite you to do so, and don't forget to turn on the bell, so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos designed to uplift, inform, and inspire. Your support truly means a lot. It's what keeps us going and allows us to continue sharing thoughtful, helpful content just for you. Now, let's continue this journey together. Now, if you're someone who's ever had trouble keeping your heart healthy or you just want to keep your memory sharp as you age, then you're going to love this next one: walnuts. These tiny little brain-shaped nuts really do live up to their appearance. They're rich in omega-3 fatty acids, the same ones found in fatty fish, which help reduce inflammation in the body. For older adults, that's a game changer. Chronic inflammation is one of those sneaky culprits behind heart disease, arthritis, and even cognitive decline. There was a study, done over 2 decades, showing that people who regularly ate walnuts had a lower risk of dying from all causes, especially heart disease. That's no small thing. Just a small handful a day, even 3 to 5 times a week, can start to make a noticeable difference. And I know walnuts can be a bit bitter for some folks, but roasting them lightly or tossing them into a salad with some sweet fruit can balance the flavor beautifully. Plus, if you ever feel like your joints are stiff or your memory's a little fuzzy, walnuts might just help you stay sharp and mobile a little longer. Let's move on to a nut that doesn't always get the spotlight but has some incredible benefits: Brazil nuts. You only need 1 or 2 of these a day to give your body a powerful mineral called selenium. And believe me, selenium is something your body truly craves, especially as you age. It supports your immune system, helps regulate your thyroid, and even plays a role in cancer prevention. Here's what's really interesting: studies have linked selenium deficiency to an increased risk of early death, particularly from heart-related issues. Now, you don't want too much selenium, more isn't always better, but just 1 Brazil nut can give you your entire daily need. That's it. Pop 1 in your mouth with breakfast or crumble it over oatmeal and you're done. Simple, right? Just imagine the kind of support that offers your heart, your immune system, even your energy levels. Another nut I can't leave out is the humble almond. You've probably heard about almonds being healthy, and there's good reason for that. They're full of vitamin E, which acts like a shield for your cells. Think of it as your body's anti-rust system. It protects your cells from oxidative damage, which is a fancy way of saying it slows aging from the inside out. For older adults, almonds are fantastic for brain health, skin, and even cholesterol. Eating a small handful of almonds regularly, about 23 nuts, has been shown to lower LDL, or bad cholesterol, and increase HDL, the good kind. And it's not just about numbers on a report. Lowering bad cholesterol can actually reduce your risk of stroke, which is especially important as we grow older. Now, I know chewing almonds can sometimes feel a bit tough on the teeth, especially if you've got dental work or just don't like hard foods. But here's a little trick: soak them overnight. It softens them right up while still keeping all the nutrients. Or, try almond butter spread on whole grain toast with banana slices. It's delicious, satisfying, and packed with good stuff your body will thank you for. As we talk about these nuts, something beautiful starts to emerge. Each one supports your health in a slightly different way, like pieces of a puzzle that, together, help you build a stronger, longer life. Whether it's your heart, your brain, your immune system, or just having the energy to enjoy your day, these tiny powerhouses can help. But remember, it's not about perfection. You don't need to start eating all 6 types of nuts overnight. Start small. Maybe keep a jar of mixed nuts on the kitchen counter. Replace chips or crackers with a handful of these when you want a snack. Or sprinkle a few into your salad, soup, or yogurt. These little habits add up, and before you know it, you've built a routine that's actively supporting your health without ever feeling like a chore. And don't forget about variety. Each nut we've talked about so far, walnuts, Brazil nuts, almonds, brings something different to the table. The more you mix them in, the more benefits you get. It's like nature designed them to help us age with grace and strength. Sometimes, we underestimate the power of food. We think that if it's not a pill or a procedure, it can't make that big of a difference. But the truth is, what we eat every day matters more than most people realize. These nuts may be small, but they hold big potential. And when you combine them with a little movement, good sleep, and joy in your day, that's when you really start to feel the difference. More energy, clearer thoughts, better moods, and even a longer, healthier life. Let's keep going. You've already seen how a few simple choices can make a big difference. There are still a couple more powerful nuts to talk about, ones that often get overlooked but might surprise you with what they can do for your body and your brain. Now, if you've made it this far, I hope you're already picturing that little bowl of mixed nuts sitting on your kitchen counter, and maybe even planning your next grocery list. So let's keep the momentum going and talk about 2 more incredible nuts that can support your health, sharpen your mind, and help you feel vibrant as the years go by. Let's start with pistachios. These little green gems might be small, but they sure are mighty. And here's the fun part, they're one of the few nuts that actually come in a shell, which slows down how fast you eat them. That's a blessing in disguise because we've all had those moments of mindless snacking. But with pistachios, you have to pause, crack, and then enjoy, making it easier to stop when you've had enough. But beyond portion control, pistachios are packed with nutrition. They're full of fiber and protein, which means they'll keep you feeling satisfied longer. They're also rich in antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 nutrients that are particularly important for eye health. As we get older, our vision naturally changes. The risk of age-related macular degeneration increases, and we may struggle with glare or low-light situations. But a handful of pistachios a few times a week can offer your eyes a layer of protection. There's more, pistachios can also support heart health. They contain healthy fats and a decent amount of potassium, which helps manage blood pressure. In fact, some studies show that regularly eating pistachios may help lower LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, and improve overall blood vessel function. That means better circulation, a happier heart, and more energy for your favorite activities. Now let's talk about a nut that's a little less common but absolutely worth including in your diet, Brazil nuts. These are larger than most nuts, just 1 or 2 can feel like a full serving, and they have a rich, creamy texture that makes them feel indulgent. But the real reason Brazil nuts are special comes down to one powerful mineral, selenium. Selenium is essential for your immune system and thyroid function. It's also a powerful antioxidant, which means it helps fight off cell damage and inflammation in the body, 2 major contributors to aging and disease. Just 1 Brazil nut contains more than your entire daily requirement of selenium. That's right, just 1. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Some research suggests that selenium may play a role in mood and mental health. Studies have found that people with lower selenium levels are more likely to experience symptoms of depression and anxiety. And while we can't say Brazil nuts are a magic cure, adding 1 or 2 to your daily routine might just give your brain that extra boost of calm and clarity. It's worth noting, though, that with Brazil nuts, more isn't always better. Because they're so high in selenium, you don't want to eat a whole handful every day. 1 or 2 is plenty. Think of them as your little daily shield, a delicious way to protect your cells, your thyroid, and your mood. At this point, you might be wondering, alright, I've got all these nuts, almonds, walnuts, pistachios, Brazil nuts, hazelnuts, cashews, how do I actually eat them all without getting bored? Great question. The beauty of nuts is how versatile they are. You can toss them into oatmeal or yogurt, blend them into smoothies, sprinkle them over salads, or just keep a small jar nearby for an afternoon snack. You can even make your own trail mix, combine your favorite nuts with some dried fruit and maybe a few dark chocolate chips for a healthy treat. The key is consistency. It's not about having a mountain of almonds one day and forgetting them for the rest of the week. It's about making nuts a small, steady part of your lifestyle. Maybe it's a tablespoon in your breakfast, or a few in your purse for when you're out running errands. These little choices add up. Over time, your heart gets stronger, your brain stays sharper, and your energy levels stay more even. And remember, if you're watching your weight or managing a health condition, portion control is your best friend. Nuts are calorie dense, but they're also nutrient dense. A small amount can go a long way. Listen to your body. Eat slowly. Enjoy the textures, the flavors, and the feeling of giving your body something truly nourishing. As we wrap things up, I want to leave you with this thought: aging well isn't about chasing youth. It's about giving your body what it needs to thrive at every stage. And sometimes, that starts with something as simple as a handful of nuts. These foods have been around for centuries. Our ancestors didn't have supplements or fancy health trackers, they had nature's pharmacy. And nuts were right there, growing on trees, waiting to nourish and sustain. So if you're feeling inspired, take a look at your pantry. See what you've already got. Pick up a few new options on your next shopping trip. Start small, maybe just a tablespoon a day, and build from there. Your future self will thank you. And before you go, I'd love to hear from you. Do you already eat nuts regularly? Have you noticed any benefits? Or is there a particular nut you're curious to try? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read every one, and your story might inspire someone else to make a healthy change. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps others find this kind of content. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more practical, feel-good tips to help you live your best life after 60. Thanks for spending this time with me. Here's to your health, your joy, and your vibrant years ahead, because you deserve every one of them. See you in the next video.